particularly our new members, need to learn from the older members. But when you see, when I sit here and I see veterans like the Honorable Mbandi, keeping a stoic silence and struggling to listen, and new members who ought to be learning the ropes of how to debate in this house are doing what I saw the member from Mombasa County do, is very wrong. I want to encourage you members. Everybody has an opinion on every matter. Matters in this house are resolved through a vote. And each one of you has the power, the capacity, and the right to vote the way you want. Once the matter is debated, you will vote. The majority will always have their way, the minority must have their say. But we are not going to have a market situation being brought to this house. I want to encourage you, and as your speaker, I would want to exercise at Standing Order 107A as a last resort. I've been in this house for many, many years. I have never been sent out even for a minute. And I want to encourage you members to watch the conduct of the veterans, like John Bad here, whom have been in this house for many, many years. He has normally got very strong opinions, but he restrains them because he knows his power lies in his vote. And I want all of us to be like that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the terms of service and requirements for the position of the Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, the advertisement indicated that the applications were invited from energetic and result-oriented individuals, Mr. Speaker, interested in serving the position of the Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, at PAC Scale 17 in the parliamentary service for a term of 5 years with eligibility for reappointment, Mr. Speaker, for one term of another 5 years, which means this position is a contractual. 5 years, you do well, you can be reappointed for another 5 years, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the duties and the responsibilities. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this. Having been around for many years, Mr. Speaker, in this particular parliament, we should count ourselves lucky because once upon a time, this particular process we are about to undertake, Mr. Speaker, used to be the preserve of the Parliament of the Public Service Commission, Mr. Speaker, and I know me and you, we have been here for many years. We used to have and benefit from the services of special bills who used to be seconded to this parliament as clerks. Luckily today, the power of appointing your clerk lies with you. This is why at the end of this process, you will exercise your right as a member of parliament, either support or reject, and please exercise that when the time comes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the duties and responsibilities of the clerk, Mr. Speaker, the administrative function is the day-to-day management and the functioning of the National Assembly. 2, the execution of the Commission's decision relating to the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, because we have a bicameral house, we have the Senate, we have the National Assembly, and we have a joint service, Mr. Speaker, and therefore the work of this particular clerk will be to manage all issues relating to the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker. 3, the overall management of the staff of the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Article 128(2) of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Among these issues, actually, Mr. Speaker, includes the appointments, promotions, and discipline of staff of the National Assembly. 2, assignment of duties, supervision, and training of staff of the National Assembly. 3, deployment of staff, Mr. Speaker, of the respective clerks to serve in any of the areas in Parliament, Mr. Speaker. 4, preparation and submission of the programs necessary for the achievement of the mandate of the Commission. And 5, performing any other duty as may be assigned, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the procedural functions, rendering expertise and non-partisan and impartial advice to the members of Parliament, members of the National Assembly, on legislative process and parliamentary procedures and practice, Mr. Speaker. That is another core function of the clerk, Mr. Speaker. Also carrying out such other duties and exercising powers as may be conferred on him or her by law or by the standing orders and practice of the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, requirements for one to be a clerk, one has to be a citizen of the Republic of Kenya.